Hey everyone, it is September the 8th, I believe. It's Thursday. I'm going to be posting this later today. I'm just going to be talking about what's been going on with me and some of the stuff that I've been thinking about, picking up on. So there's a specific message I have. So back when I had my comments open and I was doing missing person case, there's a specific one that someone left a message, comments on, and they had very accurate information. They have a recording device, and then they go over it again, and then they pick up on spiritual communication. And there's a specific message coming through, I feel, in this video for someone who does that as their hobby or career or whatever you want to consider it for you. That's not something that you do or whatever, then that message is not for you. It's a very specific message. I'm hearing that I'm hearing she's lying. And I'm asking who's lying, like who is she, who's lying, and who are they lying to? I don't have any further context for that. Sorry, it's trash day, by the way. So you're gonna be hearing some background noise, and my cat's in here. So, but she's sleeping. It feels like someone from a distance, and I see them like someone on a podium, like they're in some sort of position of power, like politics. It's like a political person, like someone's speaking. There's someone speaking. I'm seeing like the color, it's kind of like red or burgundy, like maybe they're wearing red or burgundy and they have darker hair. I mean, it could be a work scenario. I don't know why I'm picking this up. Maybe that's another specific message for someone. Maybe it's like your boss, or it feels like someone that's distant from you, like unrelated to you, but they have an authority. Like it's some authoritative, some reason why. I don't know. It's not me. I'm not wearing red. I'm not lying. So I have no idea what that's. So the context that I wanted to talk about, I don't know. I feel like that's not related. I feel like that's a specific message for someone coming through. I think that's a specific message coming through because they're guiding me to... They're guiding me to this dream I had a couple days ago, and it was this guy, like I specifically saw his face, and he was like talking in my face, like no personal space whatsoever. And then I found out the next day, I found out yesterday, so this was 2 nights ago, I found out yesterday that it was most definitely a passed away person, a passed away loved one, however you want to call them, coming through and speaking to me. And so I did pass that message along, but that's the context that they're telling me, is like that, how that's not related, but it somehow is, like it carried through. It's this weird feeling of like it's carrying through to the next day. So what happened yesterday that could give me more context to this? Like maybe, okay, so if this is specific message for someone, like if you were watching someone yesterday, like if you're watching someone online, I don't know. or if you, like, it feels, like, the context of what they're saying is, like, I don't know. I can't really grasp what they're saying. It's just, like, something that you could choose to listen to or not, or, like, loose guidance. I have no idea. It's something like that. And I feel like, and then, because the reason it's like, it's not me, and then I feel it again where I'm like, it's I swear it's not me, which I was not wearing red yesterday either. But I do have darker hair, but that's why I'm like, is it because it's someone you are watching online, something like that? But you would actually know what they look like. Like, I can see them, and it looks like they're, like, talking at you or towards you. And so whatever it is, I don't know, someone that you're potentially watching or that's around you that's not related to you, or they're distant to you, is lying, something like that. Okay, can I please get past that? They're not passed away, they're not dead. And then I'm being broad, like, they're telling me, so I'm going all over the place, because now they're bringing me to do a reading. Like, they're telling me to talk about this person. I really don't want to, though, but they're talking about Trisha Paytas. They're pointing me towards her, so it's like how she's a YouTuber and she lies a lot. And so I don't know if you were watching her. I guess because she has naturally darker hair, unless she, like, darkened her hair. I'm not sure. I haven't seen what's going on there, but it's like connecting something like that is like, okay, so they're directing me to do that. So I'm gonna take a different turn for this, but I'm gonna just keep what I just said, because obviously that has to come through for a reason. So there's, okay, where do I go from this? Angels. So they're with, so I'm switching this over now. Now I'm gonna flip the conversation as if I was speaking to Trisha Paytas. So I've done previous videos on you, Trisha. I've since taken them down. I've taken down a lot of YouTubers because it was my personal opinion that I didn't want to keep not just controversial people up. It's not that you're controversial, it's just that there's not a lot of popularity left behind you, and I wanted to do people who were more established as, like, talent, I guess. And I guess it takes a specific talent to be that, but in a whole another different way. So I but I got several messages after that is basically that I need to stand true with the things that I have said, because it's important for a reason, and it's not up to me to decide what the reason is. I have to stay to my core belief of, like, why I even started my channel. And so they were showing this repetition of you and how I had said in one of those videos that you are a lesson to others of how not to be. You are kind of like the caricature, I don't know, the edifice, I'm not sure whatever that terminology is, of, like, this is what you do not want to do. Like, these are the consequences the retribution that occurs through being this kind of way. And it connects me back to Moses, not your husband, but like the story of Moses, that I have since doing your reading, I read who he is or what he's about, and I find him so fascinating because he had followed God's word until the very end. Then he decided this was like my power. It's like he took away the acknowledgement and honor of God because he was frustrated with the people, he was frustrated with himself, and claiming that those gifts and powers to be strictly from himself rather than this higher source, this higher power. And so in turn, it doesn't say this, I don't believe it. What it said from the context of what I was reading is that he did not get into the kingdom of heaven. And so that was like his biggest spiritual test. It's like, you have to follow my guidance, right? Otherwise you don't, like, you have to pay those consequences. You have to receive that karma. And they're showing me how when you pass away, you judge your sins. You judge what is from like a more pure perspective. And from there, that's where you decide whether or not you ascend or descend. And you can either repeat a life here, which depending on what body you incarnate into can kind of determine some of those factors. And also there's a descension even below this type of world, which in truth, yes, it depends in some ways of your perspective of things, of how you perceive life here, of like how extraordinary and beautiful it is. There's a lot of tragedy and suffering that actually doesn't need to be, it doesn't have to exist if we were healed, if we would take that personal decision to act in ways that are more favorable for humanity and for other life forms that exist here on earth. And so they're showing me that as like, yes, this is your path, but of like dissension. They're repeating that again, like that's what you were meant to do. And it's similar in the sense of Moses, because Moses ended up being a biblical example of what not to do at the end of it. It's like you did all these wonderful things and you followed your path, but at the very end, that's that final message of like, you have to listen completely, right? It's not that what he did is any less, and that he didn't do extraordinary things, but he had a temper, he had insecurities, like all these like human qualities that ended up overtaking towards the end of it, and the end of his life, right? And so when he passed, what I see is that he became more ordinary. He became a more ordinary man. And so basically he lost his gifts. He lost his spiritual gifts. And that's what I see with you, is like you're continuing this path where you're going to be less privileged in a lot of ways of a life where you had an opportunity, you had that choice, you had an opportunity to do something else with those choices that were available to you, because they're showing me a train and how you are essentially following your destined path of like things that are beyond your control, because these are lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes in the making of your free will through these different courses of action, from your soul's courses of action. And then it's like beyond that, the one who created the train tracks and who putting you on this destined path to begin with is also coinciding with the efforts of this higher power of God, right? And so it's Spirit's will with your free will kind of enmeshed, and then the free wills of other people, and then you are the passenger on the train currently in your life right now as Trisha Paytas. And so all these abilities that you have in your life, these choices that you have, you can kind of determine what happens within the confines of that particular train, right? But as far as like misdirecting the train or like overtaking the conductor, it's possible, but it takes a lot of effort to do that, and doing that means that you're pretty much just self-destructing completely and fully. And so that's kind of just something that they're pointing out. I don't know, but they wanted, this is obviously a message that I wanted to get through to you. This is a very powerful and significant week for you, is what I'm seeing. So they're just highlighting this week. They're highlighting it, highlighting it, highlighting it. But there's something about the moon coinciding with you. So maybe that's what they're saying, is like this is the week. Now, when it comes to your baby, I don't see, they're not showing me, and the soul is not coming forward of who this baby is. And so that tells me a couple of things. It tells me, number one, either that they just don't want to come forward, or they don't want, that's not a message that's important. But as I said that, there was like this fluttering in my heart. It was like fluttering, where they're insinuating the next thing that I'm gonna say is significant. So they're guiding me closest to this next thing that I'm gonna say, which is that nobody has decided to come forward yet. And sometimes what I've seen with people is there are souls that kind of orbit the baby for up to several months after the baby's born. They're orbiting, and that is when the souls are still determining who is best suited for this body, who can follow their life path or learn their lessons, or I mean, it's different reasons. Not everyone comes down here for specific lessons in truth. Sometimes they're like literally coming down here as angels. Like, there's so many different reasons why people come here, but that's kind of what's going on now. Sort of is what I'm hearing. That's sort of what's happening. Like, no one's determined to come through yet, and so it's being dealt with in some other kind of way. But they are indicating, like, your guardian, this is another separate message. Your guardian angels are indicating you're getting really, you're not following your path. You're getting off course to the extreme, like the extremities of things. Like, you're not following your course. Like, there's a huge just like caution, caution, caution. I feel an abrupt stop. Like, it feels like just like my head, my body, like everything just kind of like comes up against the wall, like just stops, like absolutely just the whole thing stops, and I can't see beyond that. Like, beyond that looks like literally another life, like not even Trisha Paytas, like a whole nother different identity or person, like somewhere else, like not even here. It's like, it's a very different feeling. just thinking. Oh, let me let my cat out. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. Do you need to go out? Go ahead. Scoochie, scoochie. Love you. Okay. I'm hearing like we need you to know that it's like, okay, I'm stuttering to say it because it's just, it's like, we need you to know that it's not going to be okay if you don't let it. Like, if you don't let it be okay, then there's only so much that can be done. You have to take action. Like, you have to, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about the taking out. Like, maybe there's not much else further beyond that you can do. It's just kind of like, what's it called? Like, you know, like when you kind of clean up the messes. What is that word that I'm looking for? But you get what I'm saying. It's like, I think I'm looking for a technical term, but basically like kind of cleaning up the mess that you created. Like, that's pretty much all you can do. I'm gonna get something, I guess, because so feelings which you've suppressed for a very long time are yearning to be acknowledged and expressed. You're torn between what you think is the right thing to do and what your heart wants, and this is the primary cause of stress in your life. We, your angels, urge you to follow your heart. Do what you love, not what you think you should. These are the other ones. So, okay, what do I feel? Confused, scared, overwhelmed, kind of calm, like you're trying to just like listen to others. Sorry, I'm struggling to just talk right now. Okay. So we have conflict and guilt, okay? And prayer. So it says that you don't need anyone's approval to feel worthy of love, regardless of what you've done or what you think you failed to do from your soul's perspective. There's neither right nor wrong. Every experience in life is here to help you expand your awareness of love so that you may embrace ever greater spheres of wisdom. You've done nothing wrong. Help, dear guardian angel, help me dissolve past guilt or regret. Help me to see that all is always in perfect and divine order. Help me to let go of fear that I project onto my future. Help me to live fully within each precious moment and feel your eternal love within and around me. Help me to realize and fulfill my true potential. Thank you. So, maybe that's what I was looking for, is conflict resolution. I don't think that's what I was looking for. Okay. It's basically what I'm seeing is like, let's just look something else. So, I don't know what to say. Sorry, guys. I'm like spending all this time just sitting here and quiet. So, it's just basically like you have to take consequences for your own actions. It's kind of like that feeling, like it is what it is, right? We have responsibilities, miracles out of mistakes, Archangel Gabriel, celebration. The celebration, I'm just reading the bottoms of this, and essentially what I'm seeing is like there's a lot of stuff held within you that I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. So I don't know what to say here. I'm going to leave it for those of you who are still watching this and who want to see. This is going to be a message for you guys. I'm going to switch it back over. So those of you who are watching, I'm going to have a separate message for you, which is healing and surrender. Remain positive about the future of our planet, for all is part of humanity's evolution. There is divine order to all the chaos which you perceive in our world. Nothing will ever truly change until we learn to love and accept all as it is. Lovingly surrender your judgments and expectations, and your life will magically transform. Healing. Listen to your heart. Love is the greatest healer. It has the capacity to balance and heal your emotions, thoughts, and perceptions, which in turn will heal you physically. Your angels are here with you and will help dissolve your fears. Trust in the power of love to guide you, and your life will magically transform. This card is confirmation that healing is occurring right now. I just see the dual message is coming through twice, right, of a magical transformation. And this is specific to you guys, of like this powerful healing, because I feel that the majority of you who are watching this and who have stuck through towards the end, you're looking for confirmation and healing, because there's a lot of tragedy, perceived tragedy in other people's perceived mistakes, and in truth sometimes. Basically what I'm seeing is like you have free will, right, to do as you please to a certain degree. Some things are destined and guided once again through certain lifetimes and lessons, and God will never misuse the lack of Him in situations. They will be used once again as lessons, and in doing that, that empowers those who recognize the things that people may not be strong enough to overcome, or may not be strong enough to do or improve upon in some ways. And sometimes, I don't know. So then the last one I have, that's for you guys. This isn't towards her. This is for those of you who are watching. It says, balance. Difference is a necessary part of human evolution, and everything in life is comprised of opposites which make life whole. If you light a candle in a room already flooded with light, the light of your candle would be indistinguishable from the light which already exists. Because of darkness, we are able to perceive light. Both are necessary, and so that's what we're seeing here. That's what we're seeing here. And sometimes people don't change, and that's their own choice, that's their own decision. Sometimes, and obviously we're all fully aware that these have consequences to it. So essentially a general message to everybody watching, including her, if she would still be watching this, if she even gets around or has the ability to watch this, like, don't be overly harsh on yourself. Don't hold yourself to these unrealistic standards of like basically appealing to everybody. But you have to have some sort of moral foundation, right? You have to understand that, like, you have to be responsible for your own decisions, I guess. Sorry, I'm just kind of baffled by this, and it kind of caught me off guard. So we have, I know I said last one, but this, I split the deck and I saw this and I thought this was important. So it says, Jewel, every event in life presents us with a new opportunity to experience ever greater love. There is a jewel to be found within every teardrop. Trust, we, your angels, are guiding the current events. This is a time in which you and those close to you will emerge strengthened by ever greater bonds of love. Trust, there is nothing to fear. There is only love. So I do feel this, it's like tragedy in some ways, because it's a lot of mixed emotions, and I don't know for what, right? Because I'm not aware of what's really going on specifically. I don't know what's going, I don't know what's going on here. Just a lot of mixed emotions. I don't know who's who in this and what's going on here. Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Michael, split the deck, and here he is. They are here. I can feel them very strongly. Protecting everyone involved here. Let's see what slid through. Archangel Michael again. You're a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. So, you know, just pray for everyone involved. That the expansion and understanding the greater spheres of love, and how we can change course to a certain degree, and we can take responsibility for our life right now and for our healing right now. Unfortunately, some situations it can be too late for some things, but it's never too late for you when you have the opportunity to do what's right in that moment, kind of thing. I'm going to pull one more. I'm sorry. I'm going to pull one more. This is for everyone. Absolutely everyone. This is not just the people watching. Without her, this is like literally everyone. This is it. Manifestation. Believe in yourself. Trust your instincts and follow your heart. For in doing so, you shall manifest all of your heart's desires. The life you have for so long aspired to create will soon manifest. So when you follow your heart, You can have that world that exists in your immediate vicinity in your mind. You can change. You can change. You can change. You can change. You can at least change your perception of things. If you can't change your circumstances. This was a little bit different. Anyway, yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.